There's one thing that has helped me heal anxiety faster than anything else, and that's meditation. And here are meditation myths that I wish someone had told me before I started meditating, as someone that's meditated for literally over 6 years and teaches and makes my own meditation courses. So we're going to talk about three things: what meditation actually is, that can also be translated to what to do when you feel into your symptoms. Two, four myths that I notice block your progress. Three, how to make it easier, right? How to actually make it easier to meditate instead of a struggle. Because if you're struggling, that's not meditation. So let's talk about what meditation really is, right? Or let's talk about what rain is or accepting anxiety. What actually is that? It's not about controlling your mind or controlling what happens. It's simply the practice of coming back to the present moment again and again. And you might notice in 1 minute, you might have got lost 20 times. That's okay, because every moment you know you're lost, in that moment you're not lost anymore. But when you criticize yourself for being lost, you're lost again. So this can happen, like actually coming back to the present moment can happen when you're sitting, walking, brushing your teeth, washing the dishes. Even while I'm doing this call and speaking these words, I can meditate. Two, let's talk about the myths, right? The things that people think have to happen in order to meditate. One, you have to sit in silence to meditate with your spine up straight, etc. You don't. You really can do it anytime. You can do it when you're walking, lying down, eyes open, eyes closed. It doesn't matter. All that matters is if you're actually aware in that moment or not. So if you have a physical symptom, you don't need to be sitting down in meditation to feel that symptom, or you wake up in the morning. It's more about, hey, what would it be like to do this thing with awareness? Like if I was present in this conversation, what would that even feel like? Easy way to do this is mindful walking. So notice your steps and walk and breathe and meditate as you're doing that. Two, meditation means clearing your mind. This is probably the most underestimated thing that no one talks about at all, which is that, you have to be calm. Your mind has to be quiet. But my mind sounds like New York traffic. Like, what do I do? Your thoughts are part of the process. The goal isn't to stop them. It really isn't. People think that, oh, I came out of that meditation and I had a calm mind. That meditation was really good. It really worked. Yes, that tends to happen, with consistent practice. Your mind tends to get quieter when you don't get lost. But that's not the goal. The goal is to not get pulled in by them. It's kind of like, you know, if someone's a con artist, right? And they're like giving you this trick, but you don't know they're a con artist. The goal isn't to kill all con artists. The goal is to not get lured in by the con. The goal is to not get conned, right? So with meditation, notice the thought. That's it. You noticing the thought is enough. And I'll tell you guys the secret to a quiet mind. See every single thought you have as irrelevant. Like every single thought is equal importance or equal unimportance. And the only time you notice that thoughts are present is when you get lost again and then you talk to yourself about, oh my God, I was so present there, like those last 10 minutes. So when you have a thought, you can mentally note it like, oh, I'm thinking, and then return to your body or the breath or whatever it may be. Three, you have to feel calm or you have to feel peaceful. A lot of people judge whether their day is going good or not based on the emotions you feel. Same with meditation. You judge whether it's working or not based on how you feel. But guess what? Guess what's crazy? Your feelings change. Your feelings are temporary. They aren't constant. So trying to rely on that is kind of like, I'm going to rely on whether today is going to be good a day if my cat is in a good mood. And cats have many moods. So it's something unstable. Some sessions are going to feel peaceful, some aren't. That doesn't matter. Meditation, no matter whether it's a panic attack or whether it's bliss, it's about accepting what's actually happening and letting go of control. So the next time, instead of judging a meditation session like, oh, how calm did I feel? Judge how present you felt throughout it. Let the calmness happen as a consequence, not as the goal. And the final myth is that it takes too much time. Even 60 seconds of meditation, even 5 minutes of meditation counts. What matters is consistency. So if you're someone listening to this and you don't meditate at all, try 1 minute before you go to sleep, or 2 minutes after you wake up, or trying one guided meditation from the classroom this week. And kind of the final thing I want to take away from this is it's not a ritual, right? It's about creating a relationship with your mind where your mind is your friend. So I'll tell you guys something really interesting. I was on a one-on-one call with someone in the community today, right? And something we were talking about, he was like, when I'm at work, I'm alone all the time. So obviously I think about anxiety. So I always listen to like these audiobooks to kind of drown it out. And I was like, okay, if you're kind of drowning out your mind, does it look like your mind is a safe place to be? Like the thing that's with you 24/7? Right. So if you're meditating, it's not about actually doing something like, oh, this is a habit. It's about creating a relationship with your mind where you feel safe inside your mind, almost as if your mind is your friend. Like, I'll tell you something you guys can all relate to. Have you ever met someone? Maybe they don't meditate at all, but they're just so bubbly and they're so happy and their energy just bleeds on everyone. Like they're just so positive and vibrant. I'm sure you've met like one or two people like that in your life. Those people just have healthy thoughts and a healthy mind, right? So with anxiety, you might feel like your mind is unhealthy. You feel like your mind is your enemy. What we're trying to do is create a relationship with your mind that fosters, kind of like your partner, right? You date, you survive the hardships, you build the relationship, it gets stronger. So every time you come back to the present moment and you choose not to get lost or you choose to not ruminate, you're training your mind, and the faster your nervous system will actually feel safe again.